Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about massage techniques. With the first type of technique, we're going to be talking about effleurage, so make sure you have lotion on the back of your hand so that it's readily available, and then you're going to want to raise the plinth table to watch your body mechanics. The first effleurage technique is shingles. We're going to be alternating these strokes, overlaying one hand over the other, and keeping continuous contact with one hand. This next technique is called bilateral tree stroking. We're going to be moving our hands similar to the branches of a tree, spreading them wide across the back region. This next technique is called horizontal stroking. We're going to be moving our hands across the width of a muscle. This is a hybrid technique where we combine effleurage and petrissage, sliding our hands while pressing, lifting, or wringing. This can also be done on the thigh or the abdomen. This technique is called nerve strokes. We're using our fingertips, moving them down in a very light manner. This can be used to end a session. Now I'm performing knuckling. The key to doing this is to start with your knuckles, loosen up your fist, and then end with the palm. Here I'm performing 3-count stroking, moving from the origin to the insertion of the right upper trap. Now we'll be moving into petrissage, which includes lifting, wringing, or squeezing techniques. This first technique is called compression. We're going to be pressing or rolling the tissue against itself, which may include the underlying bone, in a rhythmic fashion, to the back of your pier. Now we're going to be doing basic two-handed kneading to the right upper trap region. I'm using my whole hand to avoid just using my fingertips. Here you can see my patient is somewhat ticklish. Now I'm going to try one-handed kneading. It's the same concept as two-handed kneading, but this can be used on a smaller limb. As you can see, my patient is tolerating it somewhat better. Here's another form of one-handed kneading, performing it on the triceps. This can also be performed on the forearm. And as you can see, we are using our whole hand. This form of petrissage is called alternating one-handed kneading. We're alternating between the flexors and extensors. In this case, we're doing it to the left biceps and triceps. Alternating one-handed kneading can also be performed along the entire upper extremity. This is a circular two-handed petrissage technique. It's best applied to a broad or flat area. We want to pick up the tissue between our hands and move it in a clockwise pattern. This is fingers to thumbs. We want to follow the direction of the muscle fibers, and we want to target the more superficial myofascial. Other ways you may perform this would be fingers to fingers or loose fists to fingers. You may need to wipe off the lotion while performing this. Now I'm performing the skin lifting or rolling technique, targeting the basic myofascial. We're going to pick up the skin between the thumb and your first two fingers, and we're going to roll it. You want to use minimal to no lotion, so if you are using effleurage techniques prior to this massage, then you will need to wipe off the lotion. Here I'm performing the skin lifting or rolling technique again, but I'm moving in an inferior direction. Now we're going to be talking about Ford-Zapotman techniques. This first one is called hacking, using the ulnar edge of our hands, kind of like karate chops. This next one is called wrapping, using our loosed fists. This one is called cupping, like playing the bongos, where we're cupping our hands. And this last one is called tapping. We're using our fingertips and lightly tapping on the skin. Now we will be moving on to friction techniques. This one's called superficial warming friction. We're using the first two knuckles to rub briskly. Here it is being performed to the proximal wrist extensors. You can also use a sawing or ulnar friction technique if you're targeting the distal iliotibial band. Finally, we're moving on to deep friction. These techniques can trap the skin underneath. This one is called cross fiber friction, and we're using the tips of our first two fingers. Here we have another form of deep friction called parallel friction. This final kind of deep friction is called circular friction, moving in a circular pattern. Hope these massage techniques helped, and thanks for watching.